Let's get to this week's Up for Debate, it's basically just Alexis. I'm just going to let you go on your soapbox.
This is absolutely just a rant.
It's just that Alexis needed a time to rant.
Yeah, again.
Overtime and shootouts. Alexis, let's hear the Up for Debate and what you selected.
Well, we had to do it, right? Like I went on an unsolicited rant the other day. This is now a solicited rant. And it's something to talk about because it has changed over time, and it is interesting to see what people think about overtime rules. And so we asked you guys what you thought about overtime and games ending in ties and what you would want, with the options being just end the game in a tie either after regulation or after overtime, do an extended overtime or multiple OTs, or stick with what we've got now, which is where the game ends in a shootout. And I would say most people fell under the multiple OT category, which is also what I would fall under. And I would say extend overtime now instead of going right to multiple OTs. Like extend it to like 8 or maybe even 10 minutes. I know 10 might be a lot, but I guarantee you that would fix a lot of problems. If you still do not have a winner after that, which I guarantee you will get more than going to a shootout, end it in a tie. I've decided I want to go back to ties. If we do not have a winner in OT, I am fine with ties. Yes, I said it. Yes, I stand by it. I'm willing to die on this hill. Please and speaking of things dying on hills, let the shootout die, please, because I am so over it. I am ready to go back to ties if games do not end in OT, but first extend the OT. So that's my rant. I went on a rant about it last week or 2 weeks ago. That's my final say, because everyone's like, you want to go back to a tie? Yes, I do. But extend OT first. Jesse, what is your take?
I love extended OT idea, first of all. Like I do. I think it's fun to let the guys play it out within reason, right? Because it has to end at some point. I'm not going to sit my ass up in that press box for 5 hours.
During the regular season, yes.
Yes, it's just too much. There is some, I wouldn't say, I don't like ties though. Yeah, I'm not a tie person. I don't want it to just end.
It's
even
not
But
the
you like
American
the
way.
shootout? No, Fred?
Yes.
Fred?
Not the American way.
Only because I think the shootout can be very dazzling. Like I do love to see that one-on-one. I mean, sometimes it's fun to watch, and you don't get nearly enough of them during the games anymore, right? Players are smarter than that than to trip up somebody going in for a shot. So I think sometimes it's nice to see the shootout. So I would like to extend the overtime a little bit and make that longer before a shootout, but still have a shootout as a last resort as you need to in the regular season. Because again, I mean, keep in mind, you guys, you can play overtimes and playoffs, and that's great and exciting. You're not going to have a shootout decide it, which is exactly what I wouldn't want to see, right? But I think in the regular season, it's kind of nice just to have it end with a clear-cut winner, and you can see a Brian Rolston slap shot. Yes, I'll go back to that because it's still my favorite. Or you can get pissed about a
Ryan
Johansson, which he's done. He did it again this year.
I know he did. Oh, but it was against Detroit, so it was okay. But seriously, I do understand, like, it is regular season. You cannot have 50 OTs in the middle of the week and have them go play a game 2 days later. That's part of what makes the playoffs so fun, and I wouldn't want to bring that into the regular season anyway, because that is what makes the playoffs special and unique and different and so exciting. And I understand that the fatigue factor would kick in if you've got guys playing a million overtimes a week. So I mean,
injuries would go up and it would just be terrible.
Yeah. Like the reasonable side of me that doesn't show itself very often understands that in this argument. But at the same time, I just have so much hatred for shootouts that something needs to change, or the Wild just need to get better in shootouts. Maybe that's part of the problem. I mean,
there's that too, because you do hate to see a guy go down and you're like, ugh, what was that? Like, I mean, sometimes I think it seems almost too easy. Like, I feel like I could do it. I know I can't. I will tell you all, I know I cannot. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted.
I think you maybe could, Jesse. I think you maybe could.
I would look like Johansson, not on purpose though, because I would end up having to stop because I can't shoot it while I'm moving forward, and it would it would be a sight. But maybe that's it. Maybe the Minnesota Wild have to put
Jesse
Alexis
in the shootout.
in the shootout.
I changed my mind. I'm back on the shootout train. I want to watch Jesse in the shootout. If Jesse could make every shootout shot in the NHL, I'm back on that train.
Like the goddamn TJ Oshie.
I'm just gonna say, I need to see if they're gonna just have like shootout specialists. Please bring Chris Stewart back.
Yeah,
I just want to see Chris Stewart and his shorty like somehow just sniping a goalie. It was the best thing. I was like, why is he so good at this?
I think we should bring Chris Stewart back, period, but also for Fred's reason.
For every reason.